After we left Paros, our trip took us further northwest towards the Corinth Channel, where we discovered some really nice Greek islands that we hadn't visited before. First we went to Syros, then crossed over to Kiknos, which we really loved. We stayed in Kea for a night and then crossed over to Poros. We finally got the dinghy out. That was for the joy of Luca. He was driving like crazy. We swam in the most turquoise blue waters and we had the fishing line out and we caught a huge fish. So here we go. When we left Paros, our last destination, we were heading towards the Corinth Channel. Since we were actually waiting for some friends to catch up with us, we took it slow and visited a few new islands that we hadn't seen before. Our first trip was going from Paros to Syros. When we arrived in Syros, the first thing we did is take the dinghy out. This was for the joy of Luca because he had been asking a million times every day. He was the happiest mini dinghy captain ever.
Lucacığım, bu seyahati nasıl buldun? Seviyor musun?
Evet.
Bugün dinghy kullandın. Hoşuna gitti mi?
Evet, çok heveslendim.
He?
Ve yüzdüm de orada.
Yürüdün mü? Ta kıyıya kadar dinghiyle gittin değil mi?
Evet.
Sen kullandın değil mi dinghiyi?
Evet.
Hoşuna gitti mi?
Evet.
Çok güzel kullandın biliyor musun?
Evet.
In the evening we had a beautiful sunset. Really enjoyed staying, anchoring in a bay, not having neighbors, being out of the marina from Paros. This was really terrific. This is actually how we love to stay with our boat most. Just no neighbors, anchoring, the peace and quiet, the beauty. It's simply unbelievably beautiful. Of course, the weather needs to be calm because if there's waves or wind, then we basically stay up the night and check the boat all the time. But that's another thing. Good morning. We are in Syros. We leave soon after breakfast and head towards Kea. And halfway there's a tiny island where we're going to anchor and swim and maybe stay the night. So let's see where that goes. Swim in the morning. Now we're heading to the beach, trying to find a little bakery for breakfast. And Luca is our mini captain, of course, driving the dinghy.
Süper kullandın Lucacığım.
Evet. Çünkü ben de...
We did shopping, a little bit shopping, and then we go back to our boat. It's been raining like crazy.
We then continued our trip towards Kiknos and Kea. After all the rain, the sun came out, the clouds cleared up, and it was an amazing day. Cruising. There was almost no wind, unfortunately, but it was a really relaxed afternoon. At some point, it was Luca who remembered that we didn't put the fishing rod out. So here we go. And we got lucky a little after. Here we go. We've been waiting the past days. Nothing. I think we caught something. Ballik oder haben wir einen Schuh gefangen? Ein Fisch? Ein großer Fisch. Guck mal, wie die Angel sich biegt da oben. From the fishing rod bending down and how difficult it was to collect the line, we understood it was a pretty big fish. The risk now was that the line would just rip or the fish would escape. So it was really quite exciting. We kept looking and the line was coming closer, but we couldn't see anything. Coming closer. They're moving. Çok büyük bir şey. We killed the fish as fast as we could, of course, not to make him suffer.
Is it heavy?
16 kilo.
16 kilo.
Onu alamayız ya. Onu yeriz ya.
Yes, good. 16 kilo.
It was quite an experience catching such a big fish. We never did that before. And we did feel sad and very grateful for that fish to supply us such a beautiful dinner. So many dinners, actually. But for that to happen, the fish needed to be cleaned out and cut up. For me, it was the first time doing that, and it worked out quite well. Not perfect, but okay. I'm kind of cleaning out, so happy for advice.
Wow, it's gonna be like
Someone
for us
explain.
like another week.
It's a huge fish barbecue, and I'll make space in the freezer.
Bir uzun tekneye tura gittik de bir balık tuttuk da ama uzun süre oldu da ama uzun süreye çıktık.
And then we arrived in Kitnos. It was already late afternoon. We had lost a lot of time dealing with the fish, and it was a lovely bay, so we decided to stay the night. Anchored and discovered the tiny, tiny town.
Evet Sarıcığım.
Evet, geldik. Çok güzel bir yere.
We arrived.
We arrived.
Kitnos.
Yes. It's a beautiful bay. Just a small taverna, a few houses. We're going to stay the night here and have beautiful fish.
Beni çek.
Our dinghy captain, Luca.
For dinner we had tuna ceviche that day, and at night we even had a fireworks from the neighboring motor here.
Kanatlarım var. O kadar hızlılar ki çimleri hava yapabilirim. 2006-5.
After our morning talk about dinghies and their speed, we had to leave that beautiful place. We released the stern lines and collected the anchor, and then off we took towards Kea. Our trip to Kea went quite quick. It was a short distance, and in the evening we just fell into our beds. We were quite tired from hot nights, too many mosquitoes, and I guess adjusting to boat life, which is beautiful but also challenging. The morning in Kea was simply stunning. The sunrise was beautiful, everything peaceful and quiet. Really lovely. Good morning. Isn't it beautiful? We stayed in Kea last night. Beautiful bay, really nice. Tiny town, but lots of things going on. Many boats came late at night. There was a lot of music and restaurants and everything, but it was beautiful here. Silent, peaceful, water so clear. And now we're gonna get ready. We have a long trip ahead of us. And I think kind of, how many miles is it? 50 miles?
Yeah, it's almost.
50 nautical miles. That means quite a long day for us, and there's no wind. So we're going to be motoring most of the time, unfortunately. But the next day is going to stay like this, so it doesn't matter if we wait a few days here for better wind. We have to wait quite a long time. We're going to Poros today, and Poros it's quite a city south of Athens. I'm really excited to see it. And then we have one more trip, one more day, and we'll pass the Corinth Channel. So let's see how that goes.
Captain Sarah.
Was? Ein kleines bisschen. Gut. Noch ein bisschen mehr. Noch ein bisschen mehr. Noch mehr. So. Jawohl, noch mehr. So, jetzt gemacht.
İkincisine geçelim.
We won't need to be fishing today. We still have kilos in the freezer. And that's how we continue to Poros. We kind of got close to Athens, where we had a lot of traffic, a lot of other boats, big freighter ships passing, which was interesting to see. Welcome to Poros. Here we are, Poros Island. We found a very nice spot to anchor with the beach close by. So we took out the paddleboard and went to the beach to get out some energy and swim and build some sandcastles. It was really nice. In the evening, we had a nice dinner on the boat. Guess what we ate? Self-caught tuna filet. So good. And the sunset again was so romantic. And this is how we left Paros, heading towards the Corinth Channel. And if you want to know how our adventure continues, then follow us on Instagram or YouTube. Bye!